Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm your host, Coach Trip, along with my good friend, Coach Mark Hobley.
Hey, what's up?
Hobbs, local sports report for the week, Christmas week. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and Happy New Year coming up. Hobbs, there's football's pretty much over. High school is over.
Yeah, enjoyed the championship down in Tallahassee. I went to one game, the Class A game, Hawthorne versus Madison County. Outstanding game.
Was it really?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
Madison County win another one?
No, they didn't win this
Whoa.
time. Hawthorne's won 2 of the last 3. Remember, Hawthorne beat Northview 13-12 last year. So there's 2 years in a row I had the chance to see the championship game.
Awesome. High school, of course, college football. We're going to talk about bowls in just a little while. But I want to talk about an article in Sports Illustrated that I picked up. Really good article by Kevin Lyons. And he talks about Georgia and how they've dominated the last few years. If it wasn't for Alabama beating them, they'd be going for a three-peat, which hasn't been done ever. So Bama's tried a few times. But I want to talk about the similarities between Bama and Georgia. And they talk about in this article, they talk about the 5 pillars on why they're so dominant. Okay. Number 1's recruiting. The what would you call it?
Call it the blood flow. The lifeline.
The lifeline of programs, okay? College football, they don't have an NFL draft, so you can't evenly divide the talent. So some schools are going to get rich. They don't always have to bring their A game to win games.
Exactly.
That's also as well when they're loaded with talent. So Kirby Smart's, all 8 of his classes have been top 5, with 3 or 4 of them being number 1 class. Now, Georgia and Bama, of course, he learned the Sabanology, right? He learned everything from Saban for many years, and he's put it to good work at Georgia, and it's working. Okay, but what are the 5 pillars? Talked about recruiting, the SEC footprint. Those guys go outside their 5-hour radius. Every coach wants to have a 5-hour radius from campus and dominate them. And Georgia's not a bad place, especially 2024. They have 49 guys that are 4 or 5-star prospects in the Peach State. So they don't have to go far for talent, but they all do. They all go across the country, right?
Yeah. Georgia's the dominant school in the state of Georgia. And they try to lock up their borders and then infiltrate yours.
And Kirby, when he tells his assistant coaches to go out on the recruiting trail, he gives them one piece of advice. Sign the kid that hates to lose. What? Yeah, it's not the smartest kid or the nicest or the meanest kid or anything like that. Strongest, fastest. No, none of that. Sign the kid who hates to lose, who has the chip on his shoulder. Georgia and Alabama have been consistently great on one side of the ball. And Hobbs, you mentioned it to me the other day when we were talking about bowl games. And you said 2 things. Quarterbacks shouldn't lose the game and defenses win championships.
Exactly.
So this is number 2 on the list. They both dominate on defense.
It's in the records. It's in the records.
Yeah.
Defense wins championships.
Absolutely. 5 of Saban's next 6 national championship teams. 5 out of 6. His Alabama defense ranked either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd in scoring and total defense. That says it all. You don't have to say anything more. So if you got teams that don't have a defense, USC, the Pac-12, some of the Big 12 teams who, have had good offenses in the last 10 years, but their defense has been slack. Why don't you just look at, I think the last 20 national championships, SEC's won 14 from 5 different teams. So you can't just say Alabama and Georgia, because 5 different teams in the last 20 years from the SEC have won the title.
Well, LSU's been good. Florida's been good. And they
Auburn
were good.
won one.
Yeah. Auburn and Alabama were going at it for a little while there. Wasn't because of the talent in the state. They were getting good coaching.
All right. So talked about two of them. Physical dominance is 3. And you're really talking about the front 7. Okay. Now, Alabama has not seen a front 7 what Texas did to them in the second game of the year since Clemson and Georgia did it to Bama. Those are the only 2 teams in the last 10 years that I can think dominated the line of scrimmage. So that's another one. You have to be physical. Physical toughness wins football games.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the great Vince Lombardi said, physical toughness will make an opponent weaken, but mental toughness will make him crack.
Wow.
So physical toughness is important, but not wanting to lose, which Kirby was telling his recruiters to do, that's the number one characteristic. All right, number 4, quarterbacks, the one you talked about the other day too. Can't win without a great quarterback who does what? Doesn't do what?
Turn over it.
Turn the ball over. Come on, we're going to talk about it a little bit. It's the biggest stat in football. Don't turn the ball over. When Bama lost to Texas earlier, the ratio was 2-0 Texas in turnovers, and it was a close game. Came around down to a 1-score game. So
34-10, 34-20.
They got whooped. They you know what? People talk about how do you beat Alabama. Let's talk about how you beat Alabama, and then we'll talk about 4. We'll talk about 5, alignment, which isn't much. Alignment's just support. You got to have support. Kirby's built, all these structures, and Alabama has the best facilities now. But if you want to be able to recruit the lifeblood of your program, you got to have the alignment, they call it, or the support from the
organization.
Staff. The organization.
See, Saban doesn't even call it a team. It's an organization.
Right.
And if everybody, obviously his system works.
Obviously.
The problem is, can you copy his system?
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. Well, it's not the hard part. That's the part that hasn't been done. Kirby's coming.
No, Kirby's done. Kirby's done it. Kirby's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Texas. I think Texas is back. Yeah, when I looked at the Sports Illustrated article, this was from the beginning of the year, the Sports Illustrated article, and I talked about Sarkisian, and he talked about getting what type of player, what position? What position? Two positions.
He likes the quarterbacks, I imagine.
What have they been dominating? What did they dominate? Offensive and defensive line. That's what he goes after. You control the line of scrimmage. That's how you do it. That's what Michigan and Bama's going to come down to.
Yeah, but
right?
Texas hasn't done that in years. They hadn't done that since the 70s.
No, they did against Alabama, and they're one of the only ones that have. All right, so you talk about you got to run the ball against Alabama, but
yeah,
Texas threw the ball against Alabama for 350 yards. And that's how you got to have a good quarterback. J.J. McCarthy, he can run the ball. He can throw it, but he can run. And Bama's been hurt by running quarterbacks, right? Deshaun Watson at Clemson, the Ohio State quarterback that beat him.
I think this guy's one-dimensional.
Do you?
Yep, he's one-dimensional, and he's not going to be able to throw for 349 yards against Alabama.
Well, yeah, I don't know. The Texas quarterback, Ewers, did, but maybe he's not a Ewers. All right, so it's going to come down, quarterback might come down to the quarterback making a play. I'm going to make a prediction. Bama 20-13 over Michigan.
They have a total, I think, about 44 points on here, and there is definitely going to be a under.
You think you're going over?
No, I think it'll under. I go.
So you and I got the under.
Michigan 14, Bama 6.
Oh, you're going to be low scoring, huh? Well, you thought Georgia was going to beat Bama by 2 touchdowns too.
They were favored.
I got to give them that. I got to get on about that.
They were favored by 1 and got beat. Okay, but the year before I was right when I said they were going to get beat by 3.
All right, Washington, Texas. I just feel that Washington has not faced a front 7 like Texas has. So Michael Penix Jr., he's going to need time to get the ball off because he's a great quarterback if you give him time. I just don't think that Oregon, USC, UCLA, Arizona, Utah, Oregon State have the front 7 that Texas does. I don't think Washington's used to it. I may be wrong, but, they're not going up against Texas, Bama, Georgia, and their O-line D-caliber every other week. That's just how I feel. What do you think?
Well, Washington won the last game 27-20. That was total 47. There's 63 points in here. It could be an over.
Yeah.
Texas can't score enough points with Washington. I'm not so sure on an over and under, but I think Washington wins this football game. I think they outscored Texas.
You do?
Yep.
All right. So that brings us to our picks. That's a good transition. Let's go to our picks here. Coach Wade McKinney, you went 4-7. I went 6-5. So I got you, Coach. He called me early. Well, I have an early win streak. I'm whooping you.
Oh, wow.
No, you didn't, but we'll talk to you soon. All right. So, Hobbs, we got 13. We got the 12 games to pick. Let's get to it. Let's help our listeners and make some money. We don't bet, but at least I don't bet. At least I don't bet. Yeah, I don't bet. Hey, I went 56% this year, and I'm at 10-6 on the year bowl game. So I'm 10-6. That's pretty good. That's hefty 60%.
That's a lot.
All right, let's talk about the Pinstripe Bowl. No, let's talk about, let's see which ones we start in here. Clemson, Kentucky in the Gator Bowl tomorrow. Kentucky is getting 4 points, but I'm going to go with Clemson.
Clemson, they ought to be ready to play. I'll take those points. I mean, I'll lay those points.
Okay, I was going with you on that one. On the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Sun Bowl I played in. Got a pick, too.
All right.
All right, Sun Bowl in El Paso. Beautiful stadium. They were cut out of the, oh, man. It was.
Did they have the mountains in the background?
Oh, yeah, the mountains.
That's probably one of the prettiest bowls, but it's usually either really cold. Is it cold like there?
We were beating them 28-7. I got in the game, so I had to get me a pick.
But I'm saying, was it cold?
It was freezing cold.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Freezing cold. It was beautiful.
I think I saw that game.
It was beautiful during the week.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was like beautiful. Like when you see it during the bowl games, it's like, wow, that's a beautiful scene. Like, and it's like 0 degrees or something like that.
Coach Perkins' wife called my wife out of the stand. She was the only lady on the trip. She went. My first wife Dana went on a trip with about 80 guys, and she was out in the stands, and it was so cold that they brought her up with the coaches' wives. All right, so the Sun Bowl, Notre Dame is favored by 6 over number 19 Oregon State. I'm taking Notre Dame.
I'll take those points, Oregon State. I'm not a Notre Dame believer.
Okay, Iowa in the Liberty Bowl. Also played in the Liberty Bowl. Coach Bryant's last game. Never forget. Oh my gosh, stories to follow. Liberty Bowl on 2:30 on ESPN tomorrow. Iowa State, Memphis. Memphis is getting 10.5. I think they'll whoop them by more than that.
Ooh. Iowa State, I'm not sure.
You don't like giving up a lot of points.
I'll take those 10.5.
That's what I thought. You don't like it laying out. That's a good in the bowl games. You never know the motivation. Cotton Bowl, number 7 Ohio State, number 9 Missouri. Ohio State's quarterback just opted out. Missouri's getting 4.5. I'll take the SEC team. I'll take Missouri.
Who's Missouri? Give me Ohio State.
All right. Bo's gonna love you. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Number 11, Ole Miss. Number 10, Penn State. I'm taking the SEC team.
I like Lane Kiffin. I like Lane Kiffin more than I hate Penn State. I'll take Ole Miss.
All right. Music City Bowl. Auburn playing Maryland. Maryland's getting 6.5. I'm taking Auburn.
Maryland, the old coach from Alabama. What was his name?
Mm-hmm. I forget his name. Yeah,
they had a disappointing year. That didn't help Florida State. They had a disappointing year. I like Maryland.
Yeah,
give me the point.
To his little brother.
Yes,
quarterback. All right, the Orange Bowl. Pitts at Florida State, number 5, Georgia, and I can't believe Georgia's 19-point favorites. I'm taking Florida State to cover.
They're paying Georgia players they're playing them bonuses. I'll lay the 19. You know I hate
You're
it.
Going to Georgia? Are you going to get your FSU? After all this national championship talk?
Hey, I take the points. I take the point. I'm trying to win the bet.
You're going with Georgia?
I'm
laying the 19.
I'll lay 19 on this. They're paying those guys bonuses.
I think Florida State's defense will stop them enough times.
I like the under. Love the under in that game.
All right, and then LSU's playing Wisconsin. Wisconsin's getting 9.5. I'm still going to take LSU.
Yes.
All right, Hobbs got LSU too. And Iowa, Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee, who's laying 6.5. Iowa can barely score. Iowa can barely score. Even though Tennessee,
Iowa will not score in this game, but can Tennessee score 7?
Right.
I'll take Tennessee.
Yeah, their quarterback. Even though Joe Milton Jr. opted out just yesterday. So it doesn't help.
2 field goals. 3 field goals, you win the bet. Okay. I don't 3. Hey, did you hear about the bet in Cedar Rapids? Okay, there was a bet when Iowa played Michigan. There was a bet at a Cedar Rapids bar that if Iowa didn't, there was free beer until Iowa scored in Iowa. free beer until they score, and they got 20-something to nothing. So there was free beer the whole time.
Fiesta Bowl, Oregon, number 8, Liberty is getting 17. I still don't think it's enough against Oregon. Taking Oregon.
Go, Bo.
Go, Bo. All right, Rose Bowl. Here it is. Bama getting 1.5 against Michigan. Of course, I'm taking Bama. I never pick against Bama, ever. Okay.
A safety might win this game here. Give me Michigan.
Whoa! I was trying to reverse the bowl luck, I guess. Sugar Bowl, Texas. I'm taking Texas. You're taking Washington.
Of course.
All right.
And I got Washington to win it all.
All right. Signing day last week. Who was number 1? Georgia. Who was number 2? Alabama. Looks like it's just going to keep on rolling. Oregon, number 3. Surprise at number 3 for Oregon. Ohio State 4, no surprise. Texas 5. Yeah, Sark can recruit. FSU strong again is Train Smoke at number 6. Oklahoma made a good push, 7. Auburn jumped in, and Miami jumped in the top 10. So look for them programs. I'm still looking for Miami to make that leap, have that big signature win for Coach down there. What do you think about Miami's program, Hobbs? You're close to it. You live down there.
Yeah, they don't have to travel but 2 counties. The problem is they don't get the right guys on the bus. They just don't get the right guys on the bus. And it's tough. When you get 6 kids from one school, only 2 of them are going to play. So you have animosity right there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's tough.
Yeah, people don't realize there's 85 guys on scholarship.
That's it.
Only about 35 play, 30, 35 play.
5 of them play. Right.
So that means the majority of them don't play.
And what are the chances you have 8 from your school across every other school in the world?
Right.
You don't.
Right.
And so,
all right.
Tough situation for them.
Yeah.
Got to win.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks, Hobbs.
All right.
Appreciate your peace, everybody.
See y'all later.
See you. Stay tuned for these great messages without our sponsors. Oh, also, you can get you shirts, hats, Coach's Corner gear. Check it out. Click the link, Facebook page, YouTube. So long, everybody. Happy New Year.
There's a reason why Hill Kelly in Pensacola is the #1 selling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer between Jacksonville and New Orleans. While other dealers have taken advantage of a competitive market with higher prices, Hill Kelly has discounted prices to the lowest of the year. And Hill Kelly in Pensacola won't surprise you with excessive charges beyond the selling price. Come see why people from Milton, Pace, Foley, Bay Minette, Daphne, Gulf Shores, Mobile, and beyond are driving to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to buy their next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. At Hill Kelly, the bottom line price and your satisfaction are what really matter. So before you sign, check the bottom line and make the trip to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to see what true local ownership can do for you. At Hill Kelly Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Highway 29 in Car City, Pensacola. Or shop online 24/7 at hillkellydodge.com. When it comes to bottom line pricing, nobody beats a Hill Kelly deal. Nobody.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We sell fun for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.